system means always you're going to lose your data. I hope you got it, guys. So this is a concept. So now we are going to discuss, right? Guys, in my virtual machine, I doesn't have the multiple hard disks, right? So in virtual machine, we installed RHEL 7.0 long back. While we are installing the RHEL 7.0 operating system in our virtual machine, what type of mount point we select while you're trying to creating the partition at the time? Did you remember? We selected LVM mount point, right? Yes. We'll have the option called plus minus symbols we'll have, and then while you're trying to creating the partition at the time, we selected LVM mount point. If you use the LVM mount point, by default, few PVs and VGs and LVs it will be created. Now I'm going to show you our operating system hard disk infrastructure. Clear, guys? So if you're installing the operating system, we use the LVM. So what type of, how many partitions we'll have, and then what, how many LVMs we'll have. So and everything we'll discuss now. Got it, guys? So let's see here. Assume this. So this is one hard disk. Okay. So this is my virtual hard disk. So how much size will have, guys? 40 GB, right? 40 GB hard disk space I have given while we are creating the virtual machine. So day one, I think day two class, right? Okay. So assume this is a 40 GB hard disk, right? So how many partitions will have by default while you are installing the operating system? 4 partitions, right? So 4 partitions we created, right? So let's see here. Assume this is a 40 GB hard disk. So we used LVM. We used LVM mount point to create the partitions, right? So why we need to create the LVM mount point in the sense, in real-time environment also, you should use LVM mount point only, guys, while you are trying to installing the operating system. Because maybe sometimes you need to increase the root space in the sense, if you're having the LVM, we can able to increase the space without losing any file system. Got it, guys? Right? So let's see here. So DEV SDA1 / DEV, right? SDA1. So SDA1, it's for boot, guys. SDA1, DEV, SDA1, this is for boot. How much size will have? 400 MB, I think we given. Right? So 400 MB. So DEV SDA1, 400 M. M means MB. So I hope you're clear, guys. So this is reserved for whom? This is reserved for boot. So this is a boot partition / BOOT. Clear? So DEV SDA1 is a partition for boot. Next. So we used LVM, right? So because of that reason, automatically it will create one partition called DEV SDA2. The partition size is 30 GB. Automatically it will create 30 GB partition. So that is DEV SDA2. That is DEV SDA2. So DEV SDA2. So the size of the partition is 30 GB. Clear? Now we used LVMs, right? So because of that reason, automatically one volume group it will create, guys. The volume group name is RHEL. By default, it will create one volume group. The volume group name is RHEL, guys. Okay, there's a default volume group. Like how we'll have the VG here. Like the same way, one volume group it will be created. So the volume group name is RHEL and the volume group size is 30 GB. That's it, no? So DEV SDA2 is a one PV, guys, physical volume. So the physical volume, it is attached to the volume group called RHEL. automatically. So we are not doing anything, just we are creating the partition. So we use the LVM mount point, that's it. If you use the LVM mount point, automatically those all the partitions that will be created, right? So DEV SDA3 automatically means automatically volume groups and physical volumes it will create, no need to create manually. So RHEL size is 30 GB. So 30 GB, right? Okay. So now with the help of this RHEL volume group, how many partitions will have remaining? Root, swap, home, right? 3 partitions will have. So root is a LVM, boot is a LVM, root is a LVM / right? So / is a one LVM. The size of the / I think we provided 12 GB, right? And one more partition will have, that is called swap, right? Swap is a virtual RAM, I think, but swap 10 GB we given. And home 8 GB, right? So those 3 partitions are LVMs. Those are LVMs, guys. Clear? With the help of this volume group, so we created how many partitions? 3 partitions, right? So this is our operating system partitions. In our operating system, the partition infrastructure, and remaining 10 GB space will have. So how we need to verify this? So let's see here. LSBLK is a command. LSBLK is a command. It will show you tree structure. So let's see here. See, SDA is a hard disk name. SDA1 boot 400 MB. SDA2 total 30 GB approximately will have. And with the help of this SDA2 RHEL volume group, it got created, right? So volume group name is RHEL. Root / is a mount point. So how much? So 12 GB. So swap 10 GB. Home 8 GB. Okay. SR0 DVD. That means image file. So this is a image file path. That means mount point. So I hope you're clear, guys. Right. So now we are going to discuss about LVM's practical session now. How we need to create our own LVMs now. Right. So guys, I doesn't have any additional hard disk, but we have 10 GB space, total 40 GB. So in this 40 GB, we utilize approximately 30 GB and remaining 10 GB space will have. I'm going to use this 10 GB to create the LVMs now for doing the practical session. Right, guys? So let's see here. I'll create one partition that is called DVSDA3. Okay. So DEV SDA3 is a partition. So DEV SDA3. So I'm providing 2 GB size. So it's a primary partition. So 3 primary, SDA1, SDA2 and SDA3. Those 3 partitions are primary partitions, right? Next. Remaining space 8 GB will have DEV SDA4 8 GB extended partitions. Clear, guys? 8 GB is an extended partition. So now I'll do one thing. I'll create one more partition with the help of extender. So that is logical drive. So 5th partition. So I'm providing 4 GB. 3 primary, 1 extended and 1 logical drive. Clear? So you know very well how we need to create those partitions, right? So how to create the partitions, guys? Which command we need to use to create the partition? Yes, guys. Which command we should use to create the partitions? Huh? Fdisk is a command to create the partition. So DEV SDA. Right? So and to create the new partition, P primary. So first sector and last sector. Then I'm trying to changing the partition type. Guys, see here, P to print the partition table, DEV SDA3, it's a Linux partition. I need to convert this partition type from Linux to Linux LVM. So how to change the type? T is an option we should use to change the type. So third partition. So if you doesn't know the hex code for LVM, use capital L, then hit enter. So 8E is a hex code for LVM. So Linux LVM. Got it? So 8E. So we need to provide 8E, then hit enter. Linux to Linux LVM. So P to print the partition table. See here, before we'll have Linux. Now it became Linux LVM. So ID it got changed from 83 to 80. Got it? Next. So again, I'm trying to creating the extended partition. The total space I'm trying to converting into the extended. So with the help of extended, I'm creating one logical drive. So the logical drive size is 4 GB. So for this logical drive also, I'm trying to changing the partition type. So Linux to Linux LVM. Got it? So DEV SDA3 primary partition, we converted from Linux to Linux LVM, and we created one extended partition. With the help of this extended partition, we have created. So we were created. So Linux LVM again. So 4 GB, right? So we need to save the partition table. W, save and quit. Then we should update the old partition table. So part probe is a command, right? Part probe is a command. DEV SDA, then hit enter. Clear? According to this diagram, we created few partitions here. So if you want to can check lsblk command. So lsblk command, then hit enter. See guys. So DEV SDA, SDA1, SDA2, SDA3 and SDA4 and SDA5. So SDA3 is a 2 GB, SDA4 actually 1 KB. So I said now in extended partition, we are unable to store the data directly. So if you're having the 1 KB, how you can able to store the data, right? So with the help of this extended partition, we created one logical drive called DEV SDA5. The SDA5 size is 4 GB. Got it, guys? Right. Now, with the help of those partitions, now we are going to create LVMs. Guys, no need to format this DEV SDA3. We are not going to store the data inside the DEV SDA3. We are going to store the data into the LVM, but we are going to use DEV SDA3 to create the LVMs. Got it? So now this DEV SDA3, I'm going to converting into PV. So physical volume, right? Clear? So with the help of this physical volume, so we are going to create the volume groups VG. So I'm trying to creating the volume group now. So the physical volume size is 2 GB, right? Because DEV SDA3 size is 2 GB. So because of that reason, physical volume size also 2 GB. And we are going to attach this physical volume into the volume group now. Right? So we're going to attach the physical volume into volume group now. Clear? So we need to create one VG. So inside this VG, so we need to attach. So the VG name is, you can give any name, guys. So if you want, you can give VG. If you want, you can give any name. Even name also you can give. It's not a problem. Okay. So we are going to attach this physical volume into the volume group. Right. Next, with the help of this volume group, so we are going to create LVMs, logical volumes. The maximum possibility of the logical volume is 2 GB, guys. So more than 2 GB, we are unable to create because VG is a 2 GB, right? With the help of this VG volume group, so we are going to create the LVMs now. The LVM size is, for example, I'm providing 400 MB. In future, if you want, you can increase. If you want, you can reduce. So this is LVM. Got it? So this is a way we need to create the LVMs, logical volumes management. Clear? So can we do practically? Yes, guys. So can we do practically? Right. So let's see here. Already, so we created few partitions. With the help of those partitions, now I'm trying to creating the logical volume, right? So we need to convert the DEV SDA3 into PV, physical volume. Guys, it's very, very simple commands. It's very easy to remember. PV create is a command, that's it. PV create is a command. So PV create, and then we need to provide the DEV SDA3, then hit enter. Physical volume DEV SDA3 successfully created. So first what we need to do, we need to convert this DEV SDA3 into the PV, physical volume. Now we need to verify whether the physical volume is created or not, right? PVS is a command, guys. PV status. PVS means PV status. Already we'll have one PVC, DEV SDA2. It belongs to operating system, right? So it's having the one volume group called RHEL. Then the total size of the device is, that means partition is 30 GB and free space 4 MB will have. That means utilize 30 GB, right? So don't bother about this partition. So this is belongs to operating system, right? Just now we converted the DEV SDA3 into the PV. The DEV SDA3 PV, it got created, but it doesn't have any volume group. We didn't attach any volume group to this PV, right? The total size of the PV is 2 GB and 2 GB is free now. Clear, guys? Right. So now if you want, you can use PV display also. PV display DEV SDA3, it will show you detailed information. If you want, you can use PVS command, and if you want, you can use PV display also. It will show you detailed information. So DEV SDA3, so is a physical volume name. The total 2 GB will have, and there's a UUID. Clear, guys? PE means physical extents. I will tell you later what is PE and those all stuff. Clear? Got it? Good. Next. Now we need to create the volume group. So according to this diagram, we converted DEV SDA3 into the PV. Now with the help of this PV, we need to create VG, volume group. So how to create the volume group? VG display is a, VG create is a command. PV create, VG create is a command. VG create is a command. Then VG name. I am providing my underscore VG is a VG name, right? With whom we need to create this VG? With the help of SDA3, right? SDA3 PV. Simple syntax. VG create is a command and VG name. So you can give any name. My underscore VG I have given here. And with whom we are trying to creating this VG? With the help of DEV SDA3 PV. VG name and PV name. Then hit enter. So volume group my underscore VG successfully it got created. Volume group my underscore VG successfully it got created. Right, guys? So how to verify? Simple. VGS is a command. So VGS is a command. See, guys, already we'll have the one VG called RHEL. No need to bother about this RHEL because it belongs to operating system. So now just now we created one volume group called my underscore VG. It having one PV. DEV SDA3 is a PV, right? The total size of the volume group is a 2 GB now. 2 GB is free. Clear? Got it? VG display is a command. So my underscore VG. See, guys, the detailed information of my underscore VG it will show you. Okay. So VG name is my underscore VG and format LVM version 2. Metadata area, sequence area number, read and write permissions will have, resizable permissions will have, right? So 2 GB total size. And guys, remember this value, PE size. PE will form physical extents. Physical extents, PE will form. By default, PE size 4 MB will have. We can able to change the PE size. I will tell you later. So why we need to change the PE size, how we need to change the PE size and those all stuff. Okay. Just remember PE size by default 4 MB will have, not 400, 4 MB will have. Clear? Right. Now with the help of this VG, I'm trying to creating the LVMs, logical volume management. So how to create the LVMs? LV create, that's it. PV create, VG create and LV create. Hyphen capital L is option. Capital L means the length of the logical volume. According to your requirement, you can give, but maximum we can able to provide 2 GB. More than 2 GB, we are unable to provide the size for LVM now because the volume group size is 2 GB. I hope you got it, guys, right? So now I'm trying to creating 400 MB logical volume. So we need to provide the logical volume name, right? Hyphen N is an option. N means name, guys. If you want, you can give hyphen name also. It's not a problem. Okay. So hyphen N, then my underscore LV. My underscore LV with my underscore VG. Clear? I hope you got it. Right? So LV create is a command. Hyphen capital L is an option. Right? Hyphen capital L means length. So my underscore VG. So length 400 MB hyphen N name. So LV name is my underscore LV and then VG name is my underscore VG. Simple guys. LV create is a command. -L is option to provide the length of the LVM. LVM name is my underscore LV. So with whom we are trying to creating this LVM? With the help of my underscore VG. LV name, VG name. See, logical volume, my underscore LV created successfully. So how to verify? LVS. See guys, my underscore LV, it got created. The total size of the my underscore LV is a 400 MB. Clear? Got it? So LV display also you can check. See. So DV my underscore VG slash my underscore LV. So this is a path we need to store the data, guys. We should not store the data into the DV SDA3. We need to store the data inside the DV my underscore VG and my underscore LV. This is a path you're going to store the data. Got it? Right. So this is LV name and it's a VG name. It's a UUID, read and write permission, availability status, and the total size of the LV is 400 MB. Guys, if you observe, you'll have the current LE size. 100 will have. PE size how much? 4 MB. LE size how much? Logical extent size 100. 4 into 100 how much? I hope you got it now. That means the total size of the LVM is 400 MB. In this 400 MB, we'll have 4 chunks. That means small parts, right? Each part is 100 MB. Got it, guys? I hope you're clear. So total 4 into 100, 400. Right. So now we need to store the data. How to store the data inside the LVM? How to store the data? Data ela store chestamu. How we need to store the data? Kaise store karoge data iske andar? So DV my underscore VG and my underscore LV. Yesterday we done, right? We need to assign the file system and then we should create the mount point. It may be temporary mount point, it may be permanent mount point, right? MKFS-T XFS is a file system. So DEV, don't give SDA3. My underscore VG, then my underscore LV. I'll do one thing, guys. Better to give ext4. Okay, doesn't need here. So mkfs.ext4 dev my underscore VG and my underscore LV. Right. It got formatted. Let's check the blkid command. So dev my underscore VG, then my underscore LV. So ext4. So give ext4. Okay. XFS also you can able to provide, it's not a problem, but in ext4 we can able to discuss a little bit 2 to 3 commands more because of that reason. Okay. So LV resize, LV extend, LV reduce, 2 commands we're going to discuss, but coming to ext4, XFS, we'll have the only one command, LV resize, that's it. With the help of LV resize, we are going to resize the LVMs, that's it. Okay. So let's see here, ext4 partition type I have given, right? So we need to create the mount point, right? How to create the mount point? I'll do one thing. I'll create one directory on top of the desktop. mk dir home student desktop. Right. So mount is a command. Then dev my underscore vg, then my underscore lv home student desktop dir one. See guys, the mount point it got created on top of the desktop, right? So it doesn't have anything inside the dir1. Now I'll do one thing. I'm going to create few files inside the LVM now. Okay. So try to create few files and directories. So touch file, open the flower package 1.4. So mkdir dir, right? Clear guys? I hope you got it. So dir1, dir2, dir3, file1, file2. Guys, we'll have one directory called lossless found. So don't bother about this. Actually, so if you're having any disaster, to recover the data, we are going to use the lossless found directory. Okay, right. So clear guys, we created few files and directories inside the LVM. Now I'm rebooting. If I'm rebooting, what will happen? What will happen guys? If you want to can use MNT also, it's not a problem. Okay. If we reboot the operating system, what will happen? We are going to lose the mount point, but we have the data inside the LVM, right? We'll have the data inside the LVM. You're going to lose the mount point. Okay, right. How to create the permanent mount point? Yes. How to create the permanent mount point? VIM. Then VIM is an editor. It's not a file. VIM is an editor. I'm using the VIM editor to edit the file. Which file we need to edit? So etc fs tab file. Good, Manjanath. So we should open the etc fs tab file. Then we need to add the entries inside the right fs tab. Right. Let's see guys, we lose the mount point. We doesn't have the mount point on top of the desktop. So let's try to create the permanent mount point. How to create permanent mount point? Yes guys. So VIM / etc fs tab. So open this fs tab file, go to the end of the line. Okay, add the mount points here. dev my underscore vg, my underscore lv. Then so we should give home student desktop dir. So ext4 defaults 0 and 0, right? Save and quit mount -a, right? So the mount point it got created. Even if you reboot the operating system, you are not going to lose the mount point. So if you want, you can verify so whether we'll have the data or not. Clear? We have the data, we didn't lose the data. So like this, we need to create the LVMs. Like this, we need to create LVMs, right guys? So what is the use of LVM? So what is the use of LVMs guys? ఇప్పుడే కదా చెప్పాను. अभी बोला था ना. क्या है LVM का use? We can able to increase and we can able to reduce. So without losing the file system, right? Okay. So now we are going to increase the LVM size. Actually, the LVM size is 400 MB now. It will show you 4.5, 419 like this, 405, 419 like this. Don't bother. Actually, how you will get the actual size in the sense LV scan is a command. So with the help of this LV scan command, we'll get the LVM proper size. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we are trying to increasing the partition size without losing the data. So how to increase the partition size? We'll see now. So let's see guys here. LV extends is a command. LV extend is a command. -capital L. I'm trying to adding 200 MB to existing partition. Actually, the existing partition size is 400 MB now. I'm trying to adding the 200 more. Now it will become total 600 MB. DEV my_VG and my_LV. See guys, extending logical volume my_LV 600 MB. So got it. And if you check the df-h command, it will show you only 400. That means it not resized properly, right? So resize 2fs is a command to resize the partition file system. Resize 2fs, then dev my_VG and my_LV. Now let's check df-capital th. It became 600 MB. Got it guys? I hope you're clear, right? So let's verify whether we'll have the data or not. So home student, desktop, so dir 1. We have. We didn't lose the data. So we increase the partition size now. So LV extend is a command. We are adding plus 200 means. So for 400, we are trying to adding the 200 again. So total it will become 4 plus 2, 600 MB. Okay. Then you need to execute this command. So resize 2fs to resize the partition. That means the LVM size. Okay. Resize 2fs. Guys, if you're using XFS instead of ext4, okay, instead of resize 2fs, you should use XFS_GrowFS. To resize the partition, we need to use XFS_GrowFS. If you're using XFS file system, I'm using ext4 now here. If you're using XFS, instead of resize 2fs, you should use XFS_GrowFS. Got it? Right. So clear? We'll have the data and then we didn't lose any data. We'll have the file system and everything. Okay. Now my intention is I need to reduce the partition size. Okay. I need to decrease the partition size. We can able to increase and we can able to decrease. Okay. So now how to reduce the partition size? Guys, here we know how to increase the partition size, right? LVM size without losing the file system. Guys, if you're reducing the partition size, so we need to follow a few steps here. So first of all, you need to unmount the mount point. So how to unmount? Umount is a command, then dev my_VG, then my_LV. dev my_VG and my_LV. So the mount point, it got unmounted, right? We doesn't have the mount point. Then next step, next command to organize the data. E2fsck is a command hyphen F, then DEV, my underscore VG and my underscore LV to organize the data, right? So next command, we should execute E2FSCK, right? Next command, resize to FS. Third command, we should execute resize to FS, then DEV, my underscore VG and my underscore LV. Again, I am trying to making this partition as a 400 MB. Clear? So additional 200 MB I need to remove from this partition. LVM, right? LV reduce is a command, guys. LV reduce hyphen capital L minus 200 MB from DEV, my underscore VG and my underscore LV. Yes, guys, if you're having more than 400 MB data, you're going to lose, like that it is saying. But we are not going to lose the file system. If you're having more than 400 MB data, always if you're reducing the size, you're going to lose the data, right? So S, resize, reducing the logical volume, my underscore LV to 400 MB, right? Now mount hyphen A is a command to reset the mount point. See, guys, 400 MB we'll have the data below 400 MB, right? We don't lose the data. Let's see here. So go to, so dir1, got it. I hope you're clear how we need to reduce the LVMs without losing the file system. Clear, guys? Yes, no? Right. Okay. So good. So we can able to increase the LVM. We can able to reduce the LVM without losing the file system. Okay, guys, good. Now my intention is I need to increase the LVM more than 2 GB. It is possible now. Can we able to increase the LVM more than 2 GB? So it's not possible. It's not possible. Now what I should do now? I need to increase the VG first of all. The VG size is 2 GB. So we need to increase the VG. If you're having the like more than 2 GB VG size, then you can able to increase the LVMs. You know how to increase the LVMs. I hope you got it. Now we'll see how we need to increase the VG size. Clear, guys? So let's see here. So we created one partition before, right? That is called DV SDA5. The SDA5 size is how much? 4 GB, right? This DV SDA5 I'm going to convert into the VG, and this VG I'm going to attach into the PV. The DV SDA5 I'm going to convert into the PV. This PV DV SDA5 I'm going to attach into the VG. Now it will become 2 plus 4, how much? 2 plus 4. Both the partitions will have, right? So 6. So let's see how we need to increase the VG size. So practically we'll see. So VG extends is a command, guys. VG extends and VG name. Then we need to provide the new PV name. Okay. Actually, I didn't convert this DV SDA5 into the PV, guys. Automatically, it is going to convert. See here. Got it. Already it got attached. Okay. So PV physical volume, it got created. See. Right. And into volume group. So how to check the VG size? VG display. Got it. 5.99 means 6 GB. Clear? It became 6 GB now. Then you can increase the LVM size till 6 GB, right? We can able to increase the LVM size till 6 GB. Okay, good. So now PVS command you can execute, right? So how many physical volumes will have? Yes, guys. How many physical volumes will have? SDA2. This physical volume, it belongs to operating system. SDA3, so we created. SDA5 also we created. This SDA3 and SDA5 both it belongs to my underscore VG volume group, right? So now, because of that reason, the my underscore VG volume group size is 2 plus 4, 6 GB now, right? Now, so we used DVSDA3 now. With the help of this DVSDA3, we stored the data, we create the LVMs inside the 2 GB partition, right? Now my intention is, I need to remove this 2 GB, I need only 4 GB. What will have the old partition? It's attached into the VG. I need to detach from that VG. I hope you got it. 2 GB DEV SDA3 physical volume I am removing from the VG. We increase the space. Now we are reducing the VG size. We increase the VG size before we attach the DV SDA5. So because of that reason, the VG size, it became 2 GB to 6 GB. Now I'm trying to reducing the VG size. I doesn't need 2 GB partition. I need to remove this 2 GB partition from the VG. Got it, guys? How? First of all, you need to transfer all the data and LVM structure from DEV SDA3 to SDA5, right? So let's see how we need to transfer. So PV move is a command. PV move is a command. DEV SDA3 space DEV SDA5. Simple, guys. It will take some time. So it will take like 1 minute. Clear? Right. So we moved DV SDA3 to SDA5 now. Right? Actually, the 400 MB, it's using from DV SDA3. So now let's check the PVS command. See, guys. Now this 2 GB partition is free. The 400 MB LVM, it is moved from the DV SDA3 to SDA5. So before the DV SDA5 size is 4 GB. Now it became 3.6. That means the 400 MB partition, the LVM partition, the data and everything we moved from the SDA3 to SDA5 now. Now it is free. So easily we can able to remove the partition from VG. VG reduce is a command, then VG name, then PV name. Remove DV SDA3 from volume group called my underscore VG. Let's check the VG display command. So VG display, see, 4 GB. I hope you got it, guys. How we need to increase the volume group, how we need to reduce the volume group. Clear? Got it? Yes, no? Right. Next. So I hope you're clear, guys. We can able to increase the LVMs and we can able to reduce the LVMs. We can able to increase the volume group. We can able to reduce the volume groups. Okay. Now we'll see how to delete the LVMs. How to remove the LVMs. So first of all, you mount DEV my underscore VG. And my underscore LV. Open the FS tab entries. right? Slash etc fs tab. Remove those entries, save and quit, right? Mount -a. Okay, done. We need to remove the LVM. How to remove the LVM? LV remove is a command. So dev my_vg and my_lv, then hit enter. Yes, always we are going to lose the data. So if it doesn't have the LVM, so where will have the data? So logical volume my_lv successfully removed. Okay. So now vg remove, to remove the vg. So dev my_vg, right? Vg also it got removed. So lv remove, sorry, pv remove. So how many PVs will have? SDA3, then DEV, SDA5. Clear? If it doesn't have the LVM, it got deleted. So I hope you're clear, guys, how to remove, how to create the LVMs, right? So I hope you're clear how we need to create the LVMs. So how we need to remove the LVMs, right? I will give you one small question related to LVM. So we'll do that, okay? So it's one exam question, right? Create LVM with chunks, P's and L's. So this is a question, guys. So from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start networking concept. Don't miss the networking concept, right? Networking concepts, don't miss, especially who's doing AWS and DevOps for them. Right, guys? So nowadays, maybe if you're doing Java, if you're doing .NET, if you're doing anything, Linux is a mandatory. So IT organization peoples, they're looking for Linux knowledge peoples only. Got it? Right. So let's see here. I'm trying to creating one LVM with the help of P's and L's. Create VG call Red Hat with 16P and logical volume call Fedora with 15 LEs, right? So create the volume group called Red Hat. So with 16 PEs, and with the help of this volume group, we need to create one volume group called Fedora with 15 LEs, logical extents. Mount on /test directory with ext4 file system. This is a question. So how we need to perform this? 16 into 15, how much? 240. 15 into 16 is a 240, guys, right? So PE size is a 16. Actually, the PE size will have 4 MB. We need to modify the PE size, physical extent size. Guys, always remember, if you're having any confusion, if you're writing like this exam, always remember the people, they will provide the PE size in square values. 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 like this. Right. So here you can give anything. It's not a problem. LE size. Now 16 into 15, how much? 240. 240 means in 240 MB logical volume will have 16 chunks with 15 size. Each chunk size is 15, and like this we'll have the 16 chunks. Right, guys? Chunks means small parts. So let's see here. If you doesn't know the 16 into 15, you can use BC here, basic calculator, right? 16 into 15 to 40. Okay. So BC means basic calculator. Okay. Right. So now I'll do one thing. I'll reset, guys. I'll reset this. Because we did few practical session now, again we'll get few errors. Because of that reason I'm going to reset this. Okay, anyway we doesn't have any subscription, no need any subscription for doing the practice. Right, so let's see here. Fdisk /dev sda en to create the new partition, third partition, first sector, don't give anything. Guys, I'm providing more than I think I'm providing more than 280 MB. You can give more than 240. Okay. Right. So 240 MB partition, 280 MB partition I have created. Now with the help of this 280 MB partition, so I'm going to create the LVMs with P's and LEs. So PV create is a command. So dev sda3. Right. So PV it got created, dev sda3. So VG create -s is option. -s means to change the P size. 16 we should give. Okay. 16 we should give. -s VG create. VG create means volume group create, right? -s 16, then VG name Red Hat, right? With whom? DV SDA3. Right? So VG display, VG display, then Red Hat you can give. See, P size it got changed, right? Usually we should have 4 MB. It became 16 MB. The size of the VG is 270, around 280 MB it is showing, right? Okay. Now, so LV create, then -small l you can give here. Guys, while you're trying to providing the LE size, don't give capital L. If you're providing the capital L, what will happen in the sense it is going to take the direct size. Okay, so direct size it will take. So we should provide small l. So with the help of LEs, we are trying to providing the size now. Okay, so 15. hyphen and Fedora with Red Hat, right? So let's check LV display. Go bit up. Got it. So DV, Red Hat and Fedora. So LV name is Fedora, VG name is Red Hat. So where we need to store the data inside the DV, Red Hat and Fedora. The total size 240C. Got it, guys? So 240. I didn't provide the 240 MB size directly. So we created the LVM with the help of P's and LEs. 15 into 16 240. Right. Next, what we need to do? MKFS ext4. So DEV Red Hat, then a video array. Video array. Right. Then mkdir test is a directory. Then open the etc fs tab file. So guys, you need to create the permanent mount point always, okay? In exam, so in real-time involvement, okay? So DEV, Red Hat, then Fedora, then /test is a directory name, ext4 default 0 and 0 check sequence. So df hyphen capital TH. Clear? So how we need to check the LV size? LV scan is a command. Got it, guys? Yes, no? So 240 MB size it got created. So clear? So this is all about disk management. Actually, so it's not all about disk management. In basic Linux, we are going to discuss those concepts, right? Okay. So we'll have the advanced disk management concepts also, but here we are not going to cover. So we are going to cover advanced disk management concepts in admin, Linux admin course, right? So status in 8.0 recently they introduced to us few concepts. Hopefully in Naresh IT technology itself only, we are teaching those all the concepts. So apart from Red Hat partners, we are teaching those concepts in Naresh IT. And local institution peoples, I think they doesn't know much about the status and video. So actually here we are not going to cover because it's a basics. So if you need a little bit advanced level concept in the sense, you should do the Linux admin course, right? Okay. Yes, guys, almost I'm teaching everything for you people here. So almost apart from server and client concept, everything maximum I am trying to teaching to you people, right? So clear, guys? Yes, no? So do you have any doubts, any questions? No? Good. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. Bye.